Hi, it's Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com, and we're continuing on in our double crochet tutorials, and right now I'm going to show you how to double crochet into the middle of your row. This tutorial is just going to cover those stitches that are in the middle of the row. Sometimes when you're learning from a book, they don't actually show you how to crochet into different parts of your project, so I have these tutorials broken up into these specific parts. If you've never done double crochet before, you can always check out my double crochet from the very beginning tutorial, which will show you how to start all the way from your foundation chain into the first couple rows of your project. But this one, we're just going to do the middle of the row. So let's start. We are continuing on in our double crochet tutorials, and now we're going to double crochet into the middle part of your row. This is just kind of mostly refresher if you're doing double crochets and you're having trouble placing it correctly. If you're learning straight from scratch, you might want to try my tutorial that shows from beginning to end, but this is going to give you just these middle stitches here. So I've already made my chain 3 and my very first double crochet into my row, and now I'm going to move on. Sometimes you might get a little confused and see these two loops here facing you and think that that is the two loops that you're supposed to be double crocheting into. But always, if you're confused where your two loops are, or your stacked V's as I like to call them, turn your work so you can see the top of it. You can easily see that your V's, the loops you actually work into, are right there. So for a regular double crochet, you need to insert your hook under both of those loops. So you can also pull on your work, and you can see that hole where you need to insert your hook. If you're new, I always say look and make sure you only caught 2 loops on your hook, because it's quite easy to accidentally, especially with this little spot here, you can catch 3 loops quite easily. So you can see I have 3 loops now, just from catching that extra loop right here in the front. So always, if you're new and you're not sure, if you caught the right amount, stop and look at the top of your work and you'll see the 2 loops. Then to finish my double crochet, I yarn over and pull up my loop, and I keep my loop the size of my hook. I don't pull it up. I don't put my loops all the way as tall as my work, because you're going to work diagonally, like a 45-degree angle, and yarn over and pull through just the first 2 loops, and then I'm going to yarn over and finish my double crochet by pulling through the last 2. And that's going to give me even, consistent stitches by making my loops the size of my shaft. Let's work another one by yarning over first. Always yarn over before you insert your hook. Insert your hook, yarn over, or lay over as I like to call it. This very first one, you just kind of lay your yarn over and catch it. Pull it up just to the size of your loop, so keep good tension. You're kind of squishing down your other stitches as you do this. You're not pulling them so that it's nice and even. You want to pull it so it's even with your shaft. Yarn over, diagonal pull up, yarn over, point your hook down so you can slide easily through your stitches. It's key to getting those without getting caught. And you'll see as you pull it up diagonally, you're pulling up to the height of your actual double crochet. Those first 2 are lower, and then the top 2 are going to make you even with the rest of your stitches. So you're always pulling them diagonal. Keep your loops the size of your shaft. Point down, pull up through the first 2, and then the second 2. So you're going to continue doing that all the way across. And then you can check out my tutorial on how to do your double crochet in the last stitch of your row, which can be a little tricky depending on what your pattern is telling you. So check out that tutorial for that information. But this is double crochet in the middle of your row.